What time is it actually?
It is 4.
It's 4?
3.
Okay.
For you.
So it's about an hour and a half off of then.
4 or 3 for you. All right, we can wait 1 more minute. Kathleen, we're gonna start.
Cool.
Lila, too. The hardest worker ever.
Oh, wow. I know. She's in every class.
All right, let's do this. Oh, then I put I put myself the spotlight. There we go. All right, Kathleen. Vámonos.
Excellent. We ready? We got some we got thumbs up. We have our regulars in here, so let's get it going. How about we start with our bounces and our breathings. We'll start with a contraction, soles of the feet together. We're gonna do 8 bounces, a little bit slower than we've been doing. 8 bounces, 2 releasing into the flat back, 2 coming up, 2 extending front and opening. We're not gonna do the contraction to the side anymore. We're just gonna extend, come to the second, 8 bounces, extend for 2, come up for 2, pike for 2, and flex. Contract, 8 bounces, release for 2, come up for 2, turn out for 2, bring it in 1, and contract. We're gonna breathe on 2 twice. Inhaling, then we're gonna do 4 without the arms twice. Then we'll breathe on 4 with the hip press forward, coming back twice, and we'll finish there. Okay? We're gonna have a nice long intro so you can really feel the proper positioning of your pelvis, really feeling that nice deep curve. I want to challenge you guys to close your eyes during this class to really feel how it feels in your body, so that you're less focused on how it's looking and more on how it's feeling. I know that I get stuck in the mirror so much, and looking at yourself on Zoom or watching your teacher, you tend to get very focused on how something looks. So today I just really want you to exhale and feel what you need to feel in your body, okay? Soles of the feet together. Let's lift up and out of your waist, crown of the head up to the ceiling, and we're gonna contract and exhale, and the music's gonna start. Here we go, and I'll count you in. Soften your gaze. Lift your elbows, shoulders are shrugged to the back. Just deepening that contraction. 6, 7, and 8. And bounce. 3, 4. Every time you bounce, you're increasing the contraction in your spine. Coming up. Extend front and open to the side. Lift your elbows, contract. 1. 4 more. Release your cervical spine without lifting your shoulders. You hear that wind chime when you extend? Try to imitate that in your spine. Reach. 2. Reach out, not down. Here comes the wind chime. Now go through your spine. Yes, very nice. Now turn out. Cross and exhale. Let's just breathe. And exhale. Now on 4. Chest up, then the head. Back to center. Exhale. Chest to the ceiling. And exhale. Let's do it with the hips up through the spine. Chest and up. Stay as high. And exhale. Inhale. Fill the spine with air and space. Now come down. And we're just going to finish here in our contraction. Beautiful. Very nice. We're going to do some things a little bit slower today because I know I've been pushing you guys on some speed. So we're going to start with our spirals. Just sitting with our ankles crossed, just like we finished. Arms extended, nice and long. We're going to start without a contraction. No intro with the music. So 1 and 2 and back to center. 1 and 2 and back to center with the arms for 2 and back to center. Arms 2, back in 1 count and exhale, contract. So what I want you guys to really think about today is, in addition to how it feels, think more about pulling back, especially, this is why I like giving these particular arms, because you really can imagine yourself taking a bow and arrow and really pulling that energy back. That's the kind of resistance and spiral I want you to feel, all right? So we did that 4 times, once with arms, once without arms. Or once without arms, once with arms. Now we're going to do the same thing with a contraction. 1 and 2 and center, exhale. And 1, 2 and center, exhale. With the arms. 2, demi-second, press the air. And 1, 2, second, press the air. We're going to do 1 count and spiral. And spiral, and we're gonna just hold this and center and up and exhale to the right and spiral and center and up and exhale. We're gonna do the same thing 4 times. 1 and 2 and 3, hold 4 and center and 6 and 7. Exhale, 1 and 2 and 3, hold 4 and center, 6 and 7, exhale. Now we're going to go straight into our open the leg, front 3 and 4. We're going to go front 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice and slow. Come up. 2, 3, 4. Cross hit 5. Up 6 and pitch 7 and 8. I want to keep today, don't pitch too far forward. I want you to see how little you can go forward because you want to keep your sits bones on the ground. So really just push yourself. And then we're going to step through. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hips up. 2, 3, 4. Contract away. 2, 3, 4. Elbow back. 5. Hold 6. Pitch 7 and 8. Now we're going to do it double time. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, hips, 4 and 5, 6, arms, 7 over 8. We're going to slow down for the transition. 1 and 2 and 3, hold 4. We're going to try what we did last week. 5, 6, 7, 8, switch, coming back. 3 and 4, high release. 6 and 7, 8. We'll start with the open leg front to the other side. So first starting 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stepping on it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Away, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now we'll slow down for the last transition. 1, 2, 3. Hold 4. Twist. 6, 7, 8. Come back. Switch. 3, 4. High release. And pitch. We'll finish here. Okay? So it's a long one. We're starting off with like a full variation. So again, starting from the top, just the spirals 4 times on 2, adding the arm for the second one. Then we're going to add, oh, my twin sister just joined us. How fun. Then we're going to add the contractions, so 4 times, second time with the arms. Then we're going to just do the high release 4 times, exactly the same 4 times. First round, open leg front with 4 counts for every section. Then we're going to do it in 2 counts. Then we slow down for the transition, spiral release, contract again, switch, high release, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'll call it out as we're doing it. You guys know the combination. This is one, I've used this music before, so it's familiar to you guys. It's a fun one. And we're going to start lifting our heels up, long fingers, shoulders down the back. As we're pushing the shoulders down, our spines are lifting up through the crown of the head, shoulders over the hips, relaxing our knees to the ground. And we're going to start. There's going to be no intro. So the very first count you hear, you're already spiraling. You're pulling your hip back with your shoulder. Ready? And 2, 2, center. 2, 2, center with the arms. Other side. And with the contraction. 2, center, out. 1. 2, center, contract with the arms. Center, press the air. Center, press the air. Now in 1 count. Spiral release, spiral release. Other side. 3, up, contract. Other side. Close your eyes and feel the contraction. Last 1, 3, hold 4, center. 7 and 8. Arms 1, 2, 3, hold 4. 4 counts to stretch. Come up. 2, 3, 4. Cross spiral, arm up, pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the transition. 1, 2, 3, 4. Contract away from your arm. Arm back. And pitch. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3. And up. Cross. Arm forward. Step on it. Hips. Down. Arm back. Forward. Slow it down. 2, 3. And spiral. Hold it. Contract. Switch your legs. High release. And pitch. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3. Beautiful, Leela. Reach past the foot as you flex, looking up at the elbow. 2, 3, 4. And cross. Up. Forward. Step on it. Stack your hips. Stack your shoulders. Hips up. Contract away. And arm. Here we go. 1 and 2. Stretch. 3, hold it, 4, spiral. Contract, switch, high release, finish. Beautiful work, guys. Yes, I saw a little bit of panic in your faces when the double time happened, but you guys made it through. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, so when we're doing, especially when we're doing the fast one, we tend to kind of fall back into old habits. So make sure that when we're here, yes, beautiful, Yosh, we're gonna flex and we're gonna reach past our toes. We're actually reaching out. We're not gonna collapse down. And something that does help with that is making sure you are looking up at your top elbow as you're doing this. Because then you know how when you're driving, and if you look to the side, that's where your car goes? So that's what we want. We're gonna look up so that our body continues to go up and out. Yeah? Beautiful, Leela, yes, yes. Yeah, I know, it feels kind of funny to look up and then you're like, oh wait, it's supposed to be 5th. But that was exactly the right feeling. That also helps keep your spine in alignment. It helps keep your shoulders over your knee. And it helps keep everything nice and strong. Yes, beautiful. Excellent. And let me see. The next thing, we're gonna just do some slow contractions. You guys know this one. So after that brain teaser, we're just gonna start soles of the feet together, a nice contraction. It's an 8-count intro, so you have a nice time to feel this circular energy going up and around, gaze soft forward. We're gonna bend forward for 2 and release for 2, contract over for 2 and back. For this combination, I only want you thinking about your pelvis. Everything else should be as a response to it. And back. Then over for 2 to the right, back to center. And then we're gonna do it the slow syncopation. So over for 2, release 1, contract 1. When you're doing this 1-count contraction with a syncopated rhythm, try to think about keeping your shoulder, your upper back, your head in alignment. And the only thing that's happening, because it's all you have time for, is your pelvis contracts. That's all that's moving. It's just from here, you just are going and 1 and out. So it's a very small movement so that you maximize that stretching in your lower back, okay? So over for 2, release, 1, contract, 1, release, 1, 2, and 1 forward, 1 back. Same thing to the left, same thing to the right. Then we're gonna do 1 count in each direction. And then we're just gonna go straight through the center. We're not gonna do, ooh, is something going on there? You okay, Yosh? Yes? Yeah, I know, same. And so we're just gonna go through the center and come up for the high release, all right? We're not gonna do the syncopation for the fast one. So we'll do slow, syncopated, and then fast. And then we'll finish in the high release, all right? Like I said, 8-count intro. So let's start sitting tall, getting your shoulders down your back, belly button going through your spine to the back wall, releasing your knees. So the only thing that's engaged right now are your inner thighs. Your butt is squeezing and pressing yourself up, up, up. Energy is coming out the top of your head and the back of your neck. And we're gonna contract, soften our gaze, and here's the music. And 2, 6, 7, 8. Go forward. 1, 2. Release for 2. Contract back. And then come back to center. Forward. Release the pelvis, then the shoulders. Now come back to center. Shoulders over hips. Over. Release. Then shoulders, come back. Imagine that you're seaweed on the ocean floor. Release, contract. Release for 2, center 1. Over for 2, release 1, contract 1, release for 2. Beautiful, Yosh. Center, over for 2, release, contract. Reach, 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 forward. Now just 1 count each direction. 1, and back. 1, to the side, 1. Coming back, shoulders staying on our spine. Now through the center. High release, chest up, jump through your arms. Yes, beautiful Walter, beautiful Leela. And let's just stretch up and forward. You can pull on your feet. Bend side to side, get those obliques. Maybe grab your heel with your opposite hand and pull a little bit. Very gently. Wonderful. Very nice. I'm really seeing the impetus from the pelvis. I'm loving that. But yeah, it got sped up before I could really complete my thought. Think of it today just as if you were seaweed. We used to play a game in elementary school where whenever it was rainy outside and we had to spend lunch in the gymnasium, where we would all stand, or you would it was a type of tag where if somebody tagged you, you had to stand in position and you couldn't move your feet, but you would try to tag people. And so I want that idea where your pelvis and your sits bones are so grounded that you can go really far without them budging, And you're gonna move off of it because that's, the way gravity works, but that was beautiful, you guys. Okay, we're moving on to our long leans. We're not gonna do deep stretches just because I don't wanna do them today. Don't worry, we have lots of fun stuff planned. So we're just gonna do slowly, starting in our second position. Arms curved, palms down. We're gonna pull our toes and our knee all the way up for 2. We're gonna spiral for 2, and we're gonna reach for 2, and we're gonna hold for 2. So it's essentially the same kind of counts that we would do for deep stretches, but we're doing long leans instead. So 1 and 2, and spiral for 2, and reach 2, and hold 2. We'll do this 4 times. Spiral and reach. Keep reaching. 1, 2, spiral 2, out. And then we're going to do it in 1 count. 1, 2, and reach, hold 4. 1, 2, reach, hold 4. 4 times. Bump, bump, bump. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 16, 8 times. Yeah, no, the 16 wouldn't have been very fun. So for this, because we have our legs slightly more in front of us, unlike when we were doing the open leg front where I really wanted you to reach directly over your leg, for this, in order to continue to get that wonderful spiral, think about perhaps, yes, coming almost directly side, because you're not really going to be able to go entirely directly side. Because if you start thinking about pitching your shoulders this way, especially when this leg is extended out, you end up going really far forward. And so I don't want us doing anything here. I really want it to be, you know, staying in this area. Think of it as you cannot enter this space at all. You have to move around it. You're trying to keep it as open as possible, like you're doing this around a wall. Yeah? Okay, we good? Yes, beautiful. And really just lean into your Botticelli head with the nice relaxed neck. Yes, Walter, very nice. Excellent. Okay, let's start. Let's get our heels and our knees nicely planted. I'm gonna lift up just to kind of shake my hips out, make sure that my sits bones are super solid on the ground. Let's do an Alsacon position, pressing the air away as we lift up and out. Make sure our legs aren't too turned out. And this has an 8-count intro, I believe. Sorry, 4-count intro. Here we go. And 3, 4. 2, and spiral. Reach. Keep reaching. And 1. And spiral. And reach. Keep reaching. 2 more. This slow. And out. Yes. Don't let that side drop as you spiral towards it. Keep lifting. Keep lifting. Never let your ribs touch your leg. 1 and 2. Reach out. And 1 and 2. Reach out. 1, 2. Reach out. 1. Spiral. Here we go. 2 counts. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. 4 more. Reach. The sun is at the perfect spot for me to just reach. 2 more. Let's go to the center. 1, 2. I know I didn't demonstrate this part. 1, 2, and up. Y'all are troopers. 2 more. And up. Last 1, and then you'll hold it. Yes. Beautiful. Lift, lift, lift. Excellent. Stretch up and forward. Release your hips. Thanks for letting me throw that one at you. I always forget to demonstrate the through the center when we're doing long leans. I always mean to do them. Never remember. Good job. Okay, let's do our turns around the back. Let's get up on our hips. We're gonna imitate that same position that we did during our second combination where we didn't have arms, but you can put your arms down. Bend your top leg. Bring your front foot on the walk, turning up as much as you can. Shoulders and hips are square to the front, and we're spiraling up and back. We're gonna do the same thing that we always do. And spiral for 4, 3, 4, and spiral back, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, arm 8. On 2 with 1 arm. On 2 with 2 arms. And then we're gonna slow down, 2, 3, 4, over 1, 2, up 1, 2, over 1, 2, come back 2, and reach 2, 3, 4. Come back 1, 2, around 4, 5, 6, up 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, reach 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just gonna pitch 5 and do our little balance. Yes? Wonderful. It's very slow. So I really want, especially when you're coming back around from our spiral, I want you to think about this hip moving and pulling down before anything else moves. It may not feel like you're moving very much, but try to keep everything else reaching in opposition until you finally can't anymore. Yeah? Yes. Don't let your arms go with your hips. Make sure that they are still staying on your shoulders. So just the hip. Yes. Yes. Very nice. Beautiful. You guys we'll make some gram dancers of you yet. That's why I call this playlist Contract for a Contract. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? Spiral up and around to the back. I do believe there is, this is an 8-count intro. Ready? And spiraling up and around. 5, 6, 7, 8. Just hips. Head's the last thing that moves. Pull away. Lift the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other arm. The head doesn't get there till right before you turn. And slow it down. 2, 3, 4. Pitch forward. Scoop and lift. And over. Contract, bring it back. Reach. Come back. Around 2. And forward. Scoop, lift up. And over. Don't let your arm go too far over your head. And reach. Come back. Up and around. And pitch. And we're just gonna test keeping this line from our left shoulder all the way down to our left knee. Yes, beautiful. Leela, bend your back leg just a little more. Yes. Excellent. Take a breather. Very nice. Very, very nice. Ooh. Shall we do the other side? Excellent. Let's go. During that 8-count intro, see if you can spiral up and around towards the back even more. Arms on your shoulders, arms around your back. Don't let them cross too much except for when you're spiraling into them. Here we go. Keep lifting. It'll leave space for you to spiral more. Here we go. And head. Head. As you pull away, float your arm up. 1, 2. Other arm. Over. Stretch up. Arm stays in second here, now up and over. And reach. Shoulders and fingers in one line. Come back. Around. And forward. Scoop and lift. And over. Coming back. And reach. Get back to your starting position. Get ready for the pitch and test. Lift. Cross it behind you. Keep spiraling your head, lifting up. Get your heel to your butt. Yes, beautiful. Now relax. Your hamstrings should really feel it there. Yes. Wonderful. Oh, yep, exactly. Just give her a little love tap. Okay, let's go into our back leg extensions. Again, this is going to be a lot slower than I think we've ever done it, but I really want to work on the spiral contraction down to the floor and coming up. So going down to the floor is a little bit faster than coming up, and I really, really want you to have the first thing that happened be this contracts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the only thing that moves. Yes, and make sure our energy is always going to be parallel to the floor. So it doesn't matter where we are with this pleating, our arm is always parallel. So even if we're spiraled, it's still parallel. It's not going this way, it's not going this way, it's going straight side. Yes, very nice. And that'll help you actually pull yourself up. Because as soon as you lift your arms up, your weight transfers back. When you go down, then you start crunching. You transfer your weight too soon. So by leaving your arms out here, it helps you with your equilibrium. Yes. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to do our back leg extensions. 1, hold, 2, and 1, 2, spiral. Remember what I said last week about the head being the last thing that spirals. And 1, hold, 2, make sure this knee is off the ground when this first one happens. And float the arm out and extend, spiral, and coming back. And 1 count, we'll hold 1st and 5th. This little rectangle of your shoulders and your hips should come and face directly front, as if we're in that starting position for our turns around the back, or our back leg extension. So it really you should see a full turn up, and we'll spiral. Head is last, and back. 1, hold, 2, 1st, high, 5th, contract away. Be aware, because these are all combinations you guys have done before, I'm giving you a lot of things to think about. When you're doing this contraction, make sure this knee isn't dropping to the ground, because as soon as it drops to the ground, that means that you've stopped your turnout. So from here, your knee shouldn't touch the ground until you come back to your starting position. So you contract, and if that means that you have to go back a little bit more, that's okay. So contract away, we're gonna spiral, it's still off the ground, and then it comes back on the ground when you rock your weight back. Yes. Try, when you're spiraling, try to go more upstage and less forward. Yes, but still rotating away from your arm. So if your arm comes a little bit forward, that's okay. Here, I'll do it from this side so that you can see it a little bit clearer. So from here, spiraling almost more this way instead of, so this way instead of this way. And that'll help keeping your knee nice and turned out. Yes, but keep the palms straight up to the ceiling. Yes, yes. because then that way you don't have as much, because as soon as you go this way, you have a lot more space to turn in and turn out. And so it ends up being a lot more work to lift your knee up, right? When you go this way, the range of motion is slightly minimized, and so it's a little bit more stable. Yes, 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 and then come back. Beautiful. And that's something beautiful, Leela, just like that. Walter's ready. He's like, can we start, please? Very nice. Yes, beautiful. Your hips are coming back to a great spot, Walter. Excellent. Are we ready? Did I finish? I didn't finish showing the combination, did I? So with the one, ba-bum, coming around, we're gonna do the big circular port de bras. And this is nice and slow, so you don't feel panicky. 2 arms and open and hold. 1, 2, and 3. Hold 4. 1 arm, 2 arms and leg and open. And this is when the slow contraction hits. 1, 2, 3. Down on 4. We're gonna high release 5, 6. Come down 7, 8. For that high release, another thing to think about. Think of it more as you're trying to get the top of your head onto the floor as opposed to just arching your back. So I had a teacher who didn't want us to arch our back, which is actually impossible. So really, when you do the high release, it's more about the cervical spine and less about the ribs. So it's going to happen more here and then come down. You guys are at the worst angle for me to see what you're doing, but I trust you. So high release 5, 6, release 7, 8, contract 1, 2, come up 3, 4, we'll turn 5, 6, and 7, 8. Same thing all the way down, 3, 4, contract or high release 5, 6, release 7, 8, coming up 2, 3, 4, and turn 6, 7, hold 8, and that's it. Okay, let's do it. We got this. Let's spiral up and over our back shoulder. This has no introduction. So the very first note that you hear, 1, lift your knee, shift your weight, hand lightly touching your heel. Ready? Spiraling up and back. Leela, don't overcross your arms. Make sure they're really directly to the side of you. Yes. Turn your back palm up. Yes. See if that helps you almost like spiral more towards the back? It looks beautiful. Excellent. Okay, here we go. 1. Out. 2. Spiral. Coming back. 1. Flip the arm out. Reach forward. Try to make a nice long line. And coming back. Out of 1 count. 1. Hold. And spiral 1st, 5th. And cut through the air with the back of your arm. Spiral back. 1. Hold 2. And 1st, high 5th, push away, keep your knee up, spiral, keep it up, and back. Push water away, and look. 1 arm, 2 arms, look back. 1 arm, other arm, out. And look, and hold. 1 arm, 2 arms and legs, and open. Keep lifting and spiraling, and contract. 2, 3. Nice high release. Contract. Head up 3. We turn on 5. Shoulders and arms. And spiral, lift up out of your waist. And contract. 2. Head touches down. Release. Start your contraction and spiral. And turn. Extend. And just finish there. Beautiful. It's okay. Something, when you're doing the high release, you can use your elbows to help you. I was taught to have my palms facing up, but you don't have to do the whole thing just in your back. So if you squeeze your shoulder blades together and push down in your elbows, you should be able to come up in that nice high release. Yes, except Leela. Yes, beautiful, Walter. Make sure it's the same kind of thing you do when you do your pleatings, where the back of your neck shortens and the front of your neck lengthens. The same thing should happen with your high release. Right now you're doing this, which is beautiful, but I want that. So release your head. Yes. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, it's very small distinctions, but the idea is that it's the same high release that you're doing for the breathings on 4. It's that same position where it's not about arching back, but it's about lifting and releasing the energy up and forward. Yes, beautiful. And then you just recreate that. I know, it's very crumpy. You didn't know Graham could help you with your hip hop, but okay, let's go to the other side. Get on your hip. Let's pull our back leg up and around. When we spiral back, I know that sometimes I say fingertips on the ground. I think what might help with the back is keeping our palms up as we spiral back, because then it really makes you feel and think about your lats and your lower traps really locking and engaging. Yes, very nice, Walter. Very nice, Leela. Okay, here we go. There's no intro, so the first note you hear, go for it. I'm going to move my roller because I'm about to kick it. Excellent. Here we go. And développé. Use all of the music. Come back. 1. Float the arm out. See if you can spiral all the way around so you can see your back foot. And come back. Out 1 count. Turn front. Arm 5th. And slice the air. The back of your palm. Come back. And 1. Keep turning out. First, high 5th. And contract away, keeping your knee up. Coming back. Push. And turn. Really challenge how far you can spiral with those double arms. Open, spiral back. And 1, look back, look back. Now look front. And hold. 1 arm, 2 arms and leg. And open. Get ready to contract. 1, 2. And you're done. High release. Very nice. And contract. 2, 3. Keep spiraling. Look over your right shoulder, keep spiraling. Now keep looking over your right shoulder as you contract down. And release, high release. Very nice. Head up 3. And we're gonna turn, développé the front leg, and spiral back. Very nice. Excellent. Yeah, it feels nicer, the high release, when you're not trying to. Excellent. Okay, I think we're just going to go into our, since we did kind of our spiral pleatings there, I think we're just going to go straight into the exercise on 6, because we haven't done that in a while. Walter's like, yeah. Let's do it. Okay, let's start with our hips over our knees. You can have your feet slightly closer. Yes, good idea. If you need a mat or anything, that's totally fine. We're gonna have our feet pointed. Something that I forgot as a to help you if you're struggling keeping your hands here, you can actually do the first part of this exercise with your palms under your shoulders, just to keep some of the weight out of your knees and your hips. But I'm going to do them here. So again, that's contract 2. You're going to contract so hard you have to go back for 2. Now hips forward, 1, 2, and contract for 2. And release through the spine, 2, contract, release. And we're going to do that, let's do that 4 times. And just keep counting 2s, because I can never find music that actually fits 6 2s. So no matter how much math I do, it gets crazy. So shall we start? There's no intro. I trust you guys know what you're doing. And I really want you to think about that same idea of the pelvis is really causing the movement, so that you go all the way through the spine, through and forward. So the same thing we've been talking about. Yes, beautiful. All of class. Excellent. Here we go. Let's get into a nice position. Toes are long and extended. If you feel yourself doing this, that's probably because your weight is too far back. I would challenge yourself to go forward a little bit. Or, I mean, it can happen either way, I guess. But find the nice equilibrium so you can have your toes nicely pointed here. Okay. First note you hear, you're going to contract. And. And. Down. And up. And down. And through. Contract. Release. We're doing it a little faster today. Back. Hips. And down. Through. That was 2, now 3. And back. Hips forward. And contract. Through. One more time. Back. And hips. Contract. And through. 1. Release. Very nice. Yeah, I didn't really warn you about the speed of that one, did I? Yep. It's a thigh burner. Do you want to do that slower? Do you want to, is that a good tempo? Yes, no, yeah? Okay, then we're going to do it again, because woohoo, that was the right reaction. Okay, here we go. Since we haven't done it in so long, we have to make up for lost time. Let's make sure our shoulders are up and down our back, and our arms are just an extension of our back. lightly resting on our heels. Here we go. And back. Hips through and contract. Through and release. And come back. Beautiful. Through the back. Contract. Drop back. Now hips. Through. Contract. Release. Last set. Come back. Hips. Down. Through. Contract. Release. Very nice. Lila, when you're very flexible, I've seen you in ballet class, so I know what I'm talking about. When you're doing this, I want you to challenge yourself to not let your butt go between your heels. I want you to really think about hovering, and don't let your butt ever touch your heels. Yes. And really, for that, after, because this one's beautiful, and then this is beautiful, but then what I'm seeing is I'm seeing you relax, and then pushing with your arms to start going through. That was much better, yes. So when you come back, have it really be, it's just a continuation of this curve that pushes your hips forward. Yes, beautiful. That's gonna save your knees, because the more that you're actually holding your quads, the more protection you're providing to all of your joints. Jumps in ballet are gonna get so much easier. And yeah, beautiful. Excellent work today, you guys. That time went really fast. I know it's not quite, I don't even know what time it is. My watch is wrong.
Perfect.
Perfect timing, yes.
Second, yeah.
Finally, and no technical errors. Wow. There's a first time for everything. Thank you so much, Leela. It's wonderful to get you guys, to have you here. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Walter. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Yosh. Thank you, Victoria. My sister, my twin sister, she won't turn on her camera,